What's up, fuckers? Today we're going to be talking about some motivation, and today I'm going to be talking about that you shouldn't give up. You need to hold on. Stay put. Wait, no, sorry. Don't stay put, but keep moving forward, as I've talked about in the past. Don't give up. Because imagine how much progress you could be making, how much better you could be doing if you just keep pursuing that thing that you want to do. This is something that I really need in my life. I think I've been doing this in several aspects, but I feel like I'm not doing it as much as I should be. And I want to do better at that. I want to get better at just, holding myself more accountable, holding myself more at a position and a standard where I feel I can become like the best version of me. I want to do that for myself. And how else am I going to start? By holding myself accountable and just deciding, hey, I don't really want to give up. I want to see how far I can progress in maybe a day, a week. And I think you can get so held up of thinking how far things are in the future. Like you can think, oh, it's a year away. If I skip out on one day, if I just push it to start tomorrow, eventually that snowballs into day one. And day one becomes next day, and day one becomes next day, and it snowballs further and further and further. And you know what? That sucks. That really does suck, And another motivator could be you're running out of time. Like you obviously life is pretty long to some degree. Obviously life is pretty short, but it can feel long. But sometimes you gotta sit down and realize, hey, if I start now, it's probably going to be easier than if I start down the line. It's easier to maintain than fix. A good metaphor that I don't know if I got this from somewhere, but maybe I thought about it myself, is if you get on a bus and say it's the wrong bus that you shouldn't be on, for example, the longer you stay on that bus, the further it is you're going to have to walk all the way back to where you got on. Or maybe even further than where you got on. Maybe you more wanted to go a bit further from where you started. And it takes it's up to you to finally realize, hey, this isn't my bus. This isn't what the ride that I want to be on, that I should be on. I want to get off. And until the day that you realize to get off the bus, you could look back and say, oh man, I've missed so many stops that I could have stopped at before this one. But hey, you gotta get off there eventually. Obviously, it kind of sucks if you keep thinking about that, but hey, eventually you decided to get off the bus. You know what? That's all that matters. And I've been thinking about that, I've been applying that to several things that I want to do for myself. If I decide to just start skipping a few days, that's me getting on the wrong bus. The more I skip the days, the further it's going to go down the line, down the road, I guess. And eventually, I'm going to be so far out that I am probably going to have to take a very, very long walk to get back to where I started or where I left off. So it really is endurance, in several fields, not even just working out. It could be maybe you want to set up a YouTube channel, maybe you want to get into that. It's definitely an endurance game if you want to pursue it for a career, an actual real, make it a real job. It is definitely an endurance thing because you're put constantly, they need to be working for it, so you're gonna have to stay on that walk. Kind of rambling, kind of missing my point now, but don't give up. All right, don't give up, and realize the habits that you are taking. That's really all I wanted to